This is the beginning of a new day.
This is the beginning of a new day.
God has given me this day to use as I will.
I can waste it.
I can waste it.
I can waste it or use it for good.
What I do today is important.
What I do today is important.
As I am exchanging a day of my life for it.
When tomorrow comes,
this day will be gone. Forever.
This day will be gone forever.
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 Leaving something in its place. I have traded for it.
I want it to be gain, not loss.
Good.
Good.
Good, not evil.
success.
Success, not failure.
In order that I shall not forget.
In order that I shall not forget the price
I paid for it.
Get ready. Ooh, everybody get ready. Ooh, everybody get ready. Ooh, everybody get ready. Ooh, everybody get ready for Steve. Everybody get ready for DC. Everybody get ready for Steve. Everybody get ready for DC. Everybody get ready for Steve and 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 DC.
And listen, sis, you know I don't like talking bad about people. That's just, not my morals. But I seen Leisha the other day at Dollar General. And honey, well, you know that Leisha is kin to Phyllis, right? Well, they ain't really kin. But, Leisha's third husband is Phyllis's stepson, I think. But listen, her son, bless his heart, he tries so hard. Well, he was trying out to be a janitor up the school. Well, I think some kind of altercation or something happened. And I reckon something blowed up at the school at 3 a.m. Now, who's there at 3 a.m.? Yeah, it sounds bad. I think he's sitting up at the county jail right now. But sis, I'm just telling you that so we can pray for him. We need to pray for him. God does miracles.
This is the Steve and DC Show.
We go to Nashville, find out what's trending hot, Nashville and beyond.
Oh, Jimmy!
And there's only one guy we trust to bring it, and that's our friend Jimmy Carter. Jimmy, good morning. Roll Tide.
Good morning on this Monday. Eric Church, he did a concert over the weekend, and he came out wearing a medical boot on his left foot. He broke his foot.
How about that?
That sounds mighty painful to me.
It really does.
He said he jumped out of bed, forgot about a suitcase at the end of the bed, and I kicked the blank out of that suitcase and broke my foot.
What a way to go. And then the positive thing is he still performed. There are no wimps. There are no wimps in country music.
I'm telling you, that would hurt. And I don't know if he sat down ever or not, but anyway, he did the full show, 2.5 hours on a broken foot.
I like that.
Wow. All right, Morgan Wallen did his stage show in 2 times in Minneapolis over the weekend at the U.S. Bank Stadium. The stadium right now in Tuscaloosa is in construction. They're putting up his stage. It'll take a couple of days to do that. That's a very big deal. You got to do it right. and it's expensive too.
You know, Jimmy, we were out there pre-A Day in the stadium on Saturday and got some good intel about this. They were literally coming in at 6 p.m. after A Day Saturday finished to get started. They said that stage is a multi-million-dollar project. And here's the crazy thing. Well, the good thing is they've got a time-lapse camera on the whole process.
Yeah.
And they'll release the video. That'll be interesting to see when it's over. But the amazing thing is I saw a video. They have to use a crane to get a lot of that equipment out there on the field. He'll be down on the end zone. They said it'd go out to about the 20-yard line. That's how big the stage will be. But when the crane, they did a dress rehearsal a week ago, 3 inches, only a 3-inch clearance to get that crane in there to do what it needs to do. I said, well, if it hadn't, and you know, Greg Byrne told us a couple of years ago, the reason they were having concerts is the way the stadium's constructed, they're worried about getting the equipment in to do the concert. Yeah. We thought that was kind of a lame thing at the time. Come to find out, when the crane shows up, 3 inches is how much clearance they had to get that thing in to do what we're going to see it doing this week. Otherwise, I said, what would you do if it you couldn't have gotten it in? They said, I don't know. I don't know what we would have done.
Yeah.
3 inches, man, can make a world of difference.
Well, Theo Vaughn does the opening video, and that's pretty good. He will have, let's see, Ella's one of the opening acts, so she'll come out there and sing with him at some point. And he had a couple other. I think Thomas Rhett played over the weekend, so they sang Cowgirls together. So.
I love that. I did hear that Thea will be in attendance at the Tuscaloosa show on Saturday night.
It's going to be big. All right, now Ella, she got her a brand new jacked up black Chevrolet Silverado. I think she's got some deal with Chevrolet, and that's what they do. They give you something. So she's driving in a new black jacked up Silverado and drove it off the front pad, and she looked happy. She looked very happy to do that. She had a good week anyway because the ACM nominations one thing, winning's another, and I think she wins a lot of this stuff. Female Artist of the Year, she won that. I think she deserves that more than Lainey Wilson does.
I do too.
And Artist Songwriter of the Year, who's done bigger job than Ella.
That's exactly
Not anybody. Right. Single of the Year, Choosing Texas, I would think so.
Man, she's on fire right now, man.
Yeah, the Song of the Year would either be that or I Never Lie by Zach Top. I think that would be a possibility too. So we'll see. Ella's going to be in a show with Cody Johnson and Ernest over in Atlanta. Have you heard about this one? It's called the Braves Country Fest.
No, but that sounds like a great lineup.
It's at the park there where the Braves play baseball, North Atlanta, in June 8th. So keep an eye out for that. Riley Green's not horribly far away from us this week. South Haven, Mississippi. That's that little city below Memphis. So you go up there on the interstate out of Birmingham and get there pretty quick. Landers Center is where he's playing on Thursday night. And, Riley's a hot ticket these days.
Oh, yeah.
Alan Jackson, he's had some big things going on the last couple of months. Last several weeks, 2 of his 3 daughters have given birth. And so he's a granddaddy.
Wow. 2 or 3 girls giving birth.
So they've been all doing that. I even got a new great-grandson that my granddaughter won't let us post it. She's got some kind of anti-internet thing going on, whatever. But I got to FaceTime with my new great-grandson, Damon James.
Damon James, congratulations.
Great-grandson. I never even hardly had a grandfather, much less a great-grandson. That's too wild for me.
It's a house full.
It's a pretty amazing thing when we all try to get together. That's it. And Mario was the big movie over the weekend, huge. I watched one that I'd seen before, and if you hadn't seen it, it's a must-play for you. It's the first movie that Taylor Sheridan ever wrote, called Sicario.
I've never seen it.
With Josh Brolin and Benicio del Toro and Emily Blunt. It's not good. It's great.
Sicario. Where do we find it?
Netflix. And it's only going to be there for a couple more weeks before they...
Let me just say this. Jimmy Carter has never made a suggestion or gone out on a limb with a gotta see that has ever disappointed me. So if you recommend it, I feel good about going to find it. So
it's good, boy. It's real good. It's a police Delta Force deal with the drug dealers in Mexico.
I like it already. And by the way, did you get to see the Artemis splashdown on Friday?
Oh, man. I got teared up a little bit.
I did, too. It was like a flashback to the old days, right?
It really was emotional. I mean, all that positive stuff going on in the world. How nice is that?
Yeah.
And I enjoyed the Masters yesterday. I watched the last part of that.
I did, too.
And that was, I'm not a big golf person, but I mean, that was just exciting the last little bit.
It really was. McIlroy, as we said a little while ago, becomes the fourth player to win the Masters back-to-back. So,
pretty cool.
I don't know how big a purse they get. I know they get
$4.5 million, I think, is what he gets.
Okay.
And out of that $4.5 million, he has to give 10% to his caddy.
Yeah. Okay. 10%.
And then there's the taxes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and then he gets that green jacket, which is you can't wear it everywhere, but that's priceless. Well, thank you very much, Jimmy Carter. We're rolling on a Monday morning. It is officially Morgan Wallen week. Well, DC needs to take note of this. Oh gosh, I'm not sure he needs to hear this or not. He's already extremely paranoid. Spiders get to DC like nothing else. Other than bees. He doesn't like them either, and wasps. But reported this morning, a new species of spider spreading across the United States. Oh, that's just great. They can be as big as the palm of your hand, and they can soar through the air. They've already been spotted in Southern California, and they're headed this way. A spider as big as the palm of your hand that can soar through the air. This is why I have Burnham Hahn on speed dial.
The Stephen DC Morning Show, 95.3 The Bear.
Coming up, we'll have another chance for you. A lot of interest, apparently, based on this phone response and such, to the Leanne Morgan tickets at the BJCC. We're doing more of that. Perhaps in the 8 o'clock hour.
Yeah.
So stay close to get on that short list and win the
not many places are giving away Leanne Morgan tickets because that show is selling out fast. So
right, we're your Leanne Morgan free concert ticket radio station. Listen, we got a variety of comments here about the Strip over the weekend being shut down by the Tuscaloosa Police Department for overcrowding and other things. The arrest from the TPD, I have it right here. Tuscaloosa Police Department says, now this is after 8 on the Strip, as they were closing it down. Arrests were made for underage drinking, disorderly conduct, a minor in possession of marijuana. One of the underage drinking suspects was also arrested with a gun. Most of the issues stem from crowds refusing to leave overcrowded areas, including a patio at a closed business that filled with folks. So too many folks down on the Strip, it became unsafe, so the police did the right thing, and we support them in their decision to shut it down. Then Kip Tyner, our city councilman, he makes a post on Facebook, and I saw it, and Kip Tyner said that it's not local people, it's an outside element causing these problems. He said people from places like Inslee and Lipscomb in Birmingham. Well, then some people jumped on and started accusing Kip of being racist.
And he said it. He also mentioned guns in that post,
And so then Kip took his post down and wrote an apology. He said, I'm apologizing to anyone who took offense to my post about the closing of the Strip. I'm man enough to say my intentions were not to offend anyone, but the locations mentioned came straight from the police, not from me. So those particular areas that he mentioned came from the police department.
Yeah.
Not from Kip Tyner. So he took the post down and apologized. I asked him last night to come on today. He says, I don't want to get anywhere near that Strip right now. Sorry.
Yeah. But
Walt Maddox, the mayor, will come on at 8:05 and we'll ask him about it.
He made the point of saying it's not locals or UA students. And then he went into those towns and also mentioned Hale County.
Outsiders coming in, causing problems. Now, I got a message from a bail bondsman in Tuscaloosa. Jennifer says it's crazy the amount of violent offenders that are arrested from outside of Tuscaloosa County. I'd say violent crime would reduce by 30% or higher if this wasn't the case. And those counties that Kip and places that Kip mentioned are where the majority of the out-of-town violent offenders come from.
Wow.
A-Day may have been bad, but these arrests happen year-round.
Well, yeah, they do. And A-Day,
people from out of town coming in creating chaos in Tuscaloosa.
A-Day didn't have a crowd anywhere close to what we get on game day.
No.
Or so if that was bad.
And they had to do it last year, too, at A-Day, shut the strip down.
Well, just wait till we get into the football season.
So
and,
we'll ask the mayor, what is the answer? First, is it indeed an outside element coming in causing these problems? And if it is, what's the answer to that?
And by the way, not related to A-Day, but I'll never forget, Mayor Maddox has mentioned that to us before, that a lot of times it's an outside element coming in. And he's even said getting arrested, released, and then rearrested.
Same people.
In Tuscaloosa. So
Lakeisha Chandler posted this. She says, I honestly don't understand why people are so upset about the city's stance on A-Day, the police shutting down the strip. Never in a million years would I feel comfortable with my kids at activities on the strip. Just looking at the environment, the amount of drunk adults and students are everywhere. And that's true. Should be a massive red flag for any parent. So basically, Lakeisha said if you got an underage kid, you make sure they're not down on the strip hanging out.
Yeah.
Which is common sense, but there's not a lot of that left to go around, right?
But it is sickening.
Unsupervised children, basically.
It's pretty sickening that, I don't know, just events that have been, A-Day has been going on for how long now?
Long time.
It goes back decades, and now we get this element coming in causing that kind of trouble.
Yeah.
It used to be a fun day, and it
should remain that. And then Saturday
we can't have
night,
nice things.
Saturday night, that's why we can't have nice things. Saturday night, Morgan Wallen and Ella Langley here. We're going to have a game day crowd with a sold out Bryant Denny. And so, how will that go down in terms of people going to be hanging out all day, really, and then the concert to end the day? But how will that go down with the crowds and overcrowding? We'll ask the mayor how they're prepared to handle that.
I'm sure bars are expecting big crowds after the concert.
And even before, and even pre-concert.
Yeah.
People are going to be coming in from out of town, too, and everybody's going to go down waiting to get into the stadium. And while they wait, what are they going to do? They're going to day drink and hang out.
Yeah, and some people are coming in Friday night.
Oh, yeah.
As well. So
yeah. Some people are on their way now.
Some people might get here today.
Right, hey, coming up in just a minute, a country music star says something happened to them over the weekend they don't understand and they'll never forget. We'll tell you who it was and what happened in just a moment. Let me give you a hint. It involved UFOs following their plane.
Oh, wow. Okay, interesting.
No, it wasn't Willie, and he hadn't been smoking anything. Female country artist alleges UFOs followed her plane over the weekend as she was flying back to Nashville after a show. All the details coming up right here. That's a good one. On 95.3 The Bear.
Another famous Stephen D.C. phone sham call on 95.3 The Bear.
This is Will.
Y'all did some work for me about 3 weeks ago at the house, and we had a bad leak over here the other night, and I need to talk about it.
Okay. All right.
What can you do for me?
Oh, we'll send somebody out there to take care of it.
That's what I thought. How soon can you get out here?
What's your name, sir?
Hiram Walker. And then it started to leak over there on that side wall in my dining room, and that's right under where y'all had done some work out here. And she said the man had said it ought to be fine, and now my picture of I got the Last Supper hanging on the wall, and now the whole thing's warped and ruined, and it's only one of its kind.
Hang on just a second, Mr. Walker. We're pulling up the information right now.
My wife's a nervous wreck. She's already on nervous pills, and she's had to double her dose because of this. I may have to go to the doctor, and I'm going to have to get you to pay for that, too.
Who was your representative who was working with you?
I don't know. Sally Jean, my wife, is the one that set the whole thing up, and she's got all the paperwork on it.
What's your wife's name?
Sally Jean Walker, but now I don't know who she dealt with. They may have known her as Bug Eyes. That's her nickname. We all call her Bug Eyes.
Oh, my. Who is this?
My name is Hiram Walker out here in Athens, Alabama.
Who is this really?
I don't appreciate you joking around with me. My wife's my wife's a mess.
What's your address?
Dinner with the preacher was ruined. The red velvet cake she worked on was right there, and the waters goes to dripping on it. And now the picture of the Last Supper, Jesus' face is warped where the water hit it. Listen to me now. I don't chew my cabbage twice. I need you to pay this doctor bill. I want you to pay the doctor bill for bug eyes. And are you laughing at me?
I am.
That's a one-of-a-kind picture of the Last Supper, and now Jesus' face is warped, and what am I supposed to do about it?
Who is this guy?
I tell you what I'll do. Are you going to be down there all day today?
Yeah, sure.
Well, I'm coming down there. I'm a little wiry fella. I'll have on overalls, Atlanta Braves baseball cap, and I'm going to whoop your hind end.
All right, buddy.
You know what this is right here?
Yeah.
This is the calm before the storm. And you know who's going to help me? Robin Griffin.
Robin Griffin. Oh my.
It's a phone sham.
You guys are awesome. Oh, that is great. I've been looking up trying to find your information everywhere.
Well, I'm going to bring Bug Eyes with me now so you can see how upset she is.
All right, well, bring her Bug Eyes down here. We'd love to see her.
She's red-faced and trembling.
That's awesome.
Anything you want to say to Robin Griffin?
Yeah, get back to work, girl. What's he doing?
This is the Stephen D.C. Show.
It's on a Monday morning, Stephen D.C. Show, and hot topic this morning is what happened over the weekend after the A-Day game with the TPD having to shut down the Strip because of overcrowding. I believe the same thing happened last year.
Yeah. And
according to a report from TPD, A-Day arrest included disorderly conduct, underage drinking, and minor in possession of marijuana. One underage drinking suspect was arrested with a gun. Most issues did stem from crowds refusing to leave overcrowded areas, including a patio at a closed business on the Strip. But TPD on the scene, taking care of business. Joining us now is Tuscaloosa Mayor Walt Maddox to talk about it. Mayor, good morning. Roll Tide.
Good morning. Roll Tide, baby.
Welcome to Morgan Wallen Week in T-Town, Alabama.
Yes.
Tell you what, it's exciting. It is exciting.
What a week it's going to be. Let's talk about the weekend and what happened on the Strip. And look, Kip Tyner said, and others, and the information from the police department, that most of the problems come from outside groups, and even they cited places like Inslee and Lipscomb and Birmingham that come in and create problems. Is that the truth? Is that the story?
Well, first, let me just say I can't say enough about Tuscaloosa Police Department, our partnership with the University of Alabama and UAPD. We've been preparing for months for this. It's become an annual rite of passage, to answer your question, where people from outside Tuscaloosa take over T-Town, become a social media phase. It's surely galvanized by, a local business here, but also, too, an out-of-state party planning app where you go in and you try to just have people basically en masse come into your community, take it over, and turn it into a party scene. And, frankly, we're not accepting it. And if you come to Tuscaloosa and you want to create chaos, we're going to send your ass to jail.
Yes.
That's just the way it's going to be. Excuse my language. I'm sorry.
You're right.
And it's a shame that has to happen, because there are multiple businesses on the Strip where people depend upon that paycheck and those tips to make a living. And what these individuals do that come and create chaos is they're not only hurting themselves, they're hurting others.
Yes.
And it's a shame, but at the same time, we're going to keep this community safe, and I'm very proud of the work that TPD did in partnership with the UAPD. This has nothing, let me just say this too. This is not about A-Day. A-Day is a fantastic event. The people that come in to our city are enjoying themselves, enjoying Alabama football. It's just a group of people who from outside our city who decided that's going to be the time that they come and take over T-Town.
Wow. Yes. Mayor, first of all, we appreciate your attitude and candor about this situation. Now, and think you're 100% right. You know, somebody sent us this message earlier this morning. T-Town needs to be like Panama City Beach on spring break. Promote, come here, have family fun, or stay away. I like that.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree.
I do think, and I apologize for interrupting you. I do think, though, the good news is we had less people than we've had the last 3 years as this has gone on. I authorized TPD and our public safety executive director, when they felt like the situation was becoming where it was going to create chaos, to shut it down. And we did that, I think, at 5:50 p.m. on Saturday. I went out there a little bit later on in the evening. I couldn't have been more proud. We're not going to tolerate it. And if this year's numbers are any indication, people are getting the message. You come to Tuscaloosa, you want to create chaos, we're going to give you an all-expense-paid visit to Tuscaloosa Metro Jail.
Yes.
Do you know how many arrests were made, or was the statement we read from TPD earlier pretty much right on target?
These are the numbers that I have. We have 11 arrests by TPD, 8 arrests by UAPD. Now, again, those numbers, those are the numbers that I have right now. There may be a little bit, some alterations in that, but I wouldn't think much. When we began to see the issues, we felt like, and certainly our executive director of public safety, Director Blankley, felt we needed to shut it down early, and we did. I think the numbers were less. I think from anecdotally, it appeared that the crowd was younger than in previous years. So that is a little concerning. We saw a great number of backpacks and things like that it appeared there potentially could be something in there that probably shouldn't be. So the decision was made, and we did a good job of keeping it safe in Tuscaloosa all night. The other good thing, too, is in years past, there have been these mass parties all around Tuscaloosa as a result of this takeover T-Town social media driven effort. We didn't have that this year. We had not as much last year. So we've done a really good job of containing that. And that's not by accident. There's months of work that TPD has put into this to disrupt, displace, and ultimately deal with individuals who want to create chaos.
So there is a social media effort, an organized effort to, quote, take over T-Town at these events?
Yes.
Now,
that's what drives it. That's what drives, how do people from, throughout our region, find Tuscaloosa is being driven by, this terminology, my terminology is probably not the right terminology. It's these party apps that say, we will converge at Bowers Park at 4:00 for a party.
Okay.
That's what we've been dealing with in the past. Or we're going to converge on the Strip at 5:00. Come on. And so that's what you're dealing with, because Tuscaloosa, to our credit, we're a fun place to be.
Yeah.
If they don't converge, they're not going to converge where it's not going to be fun, where there's no entertainment, where there's nothing to do. And so that's what started about 3 years ago. Every year we've gotten better and better about disrupting and displacing and ultimately dealing with this. I can't say enough again about our partners at UAPD and UA. They've been fantastic. Right now, the last few years, they've marked the A-Day game as the time of convergence. Now, it's not about A-Day. It's just that's the day they tend to pick.
Okay.
By the way, you've seen this in other places around the nation. I mean, this is not, Tuscaloosa. We're not the isolated case, but I'm very proud of how we deal with it. And I tell you this, we're going to draw a hard line. You want to come here and create chaos, we're taking you to jail.
Yeah.
We're not messing around with it.
So with Morgan Wallen coming up this weekend and seemingly a bigger crowd.
We're going to have a game day crowd, because that's going to be a sellout with Morgan Wallen Saturday night.
How do you control this element that comes in from other areas to create chaos? Well, you arrest them. I mean, what else can you do?
Well, I do think, again, and this is what we've seen to date, and everything in life is subject to change. And certainly, people who want to create chaos, they will ultimately amend their tactics. But what we've seen is in large game day situations, there's really no room to operate. There's just so many people, you can't go and take over something where there's 80,000 people who are constantly moving. What happens on situations like Saturday night is that since you don't have large crowds, you can mass on sidewalks, not move, and you can loiter. Game days are really very difficult to loiter. There's just so many people. There's mass people moving that it makes it very, very difficult.
A lot harder.
Morgan will likely be the case. Now, that doesn't mean something couldn't happen, and we certainly plan for that. It just makes it a little bit more difficult.
Okay.
Well, I love your attitude. You come here and you screw around like that, you're going to be arrested, evidenced by the weekend. We don't want to penalize or punish our businesses on the Strip or anywhere because of an outside element. We don't want to punish the people that just come here to have a good time and not break the law. That's exactly right. We want to be a family fun destination. Right. But I do want to ask you, Mayor, Kip Tyner put a post up on social media. He later took it down and apologized for the post because of the way people were interpreting it. In it, he named like Lipscomb, Ensley, Birmingham, Hale County, some of the people coming in from outside areas. And then there were some people jumping online calling him racist. To what degree is race involved or an element in all of this?
Well, let me first say, before I will answer that, first let me say that I can't say enough about our businesses on the Strip. The vast majority of them were making the decision to close early anyway to help public safety. And so I appreciate that. And the vast majority of them realized that, you can't stop people from, I had some people go, why can't you stop people from coming in Tuscaloosa? I said, well, tell me how that works, right? You can't gate the interstate, you can't gate state highways, and people have a right to move and travel in this country. Now, once they get here, they do not have a right to break the law and create disruption. So that's where we have to deal with it. I saw Mr. Tyner's post. To be blunt, what he said was accurate. From what we have seen in the past and the data that we use, it's called Placer, that we're able to track based off cell phone usage and where people most likely came from. It is certainly, we've seen it from West Alabama and from West Jefferson County and Birmingham over the past few years has been the predominant places that this has happened. We will get further confirmation of that data this week. But I don't think Mr. Tyner in any way was injecting race into this. I think, again, I haven't spoken to Mr. Tyner, but I've known him for more than 2 decades, and that's just not him. And I wish, the one thing people are certainly are allowed to say and think what they want to say and think, but I think Mr. Tyner was just relaying information that frankly has been accurate in years past.
Exactly. And facts they're just facts
provided by the police department.
Right. I mean, the facts are the facts
based on their intel. That's right.
The facts don't have a color to them.
No, absolutely not. Mayor, what would it take to get a proclamation proclaiming Saturday a Morgan Wallen Day in Tuscaloosa? Maybe presenting that to him.
Well,
I don't think
it would take anything. I don't think it would take much.
Can you do an executive proclamation, and would you?
Oh, of course I would. Of course I would. We're excited. Hey, in all seriousness, we're really excited about this weekend. It's a great economic development weekend.
You bet.
A year ago, there was some grief we took when we said that, A-Day lessening may not be a bad thing. We certainly knew at the time, based off discussions we were having, that something like what we're seeing this coming Saturday was a distinct possibility. Economically, it is a bigger weekend, and frankly, for hoteliers and restaurants, a better weekend economically.
Oh, it's going to be huge. Hard to find a hotel room in Tuscaloosa as people are coming from all over the Southeast for this concert. We've heard from a lot of them. Is it true that you're renting out one of your bedrooms to some people coming into town for the concert?
Well, my daughter's getting married, so there's a distinct possibility I might look at that now that you mention it.
Not a bad idea.
Well, congratulations on the wedding of your daughter then. I didn't know that, but that is fantastic.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you see me working that second job, you'll understand why.
We'll be watching for the mayor to take on part-time work.
Paying for a daughter's wedding is not easy. So.
But only the mayor could get Morgan Wallen to play for his daughter's wedding.
That's
come on. That's
right.
Incredible. That's incredible. Yeah. We appreciate your candor and your availability this morning after the weekend. And as always, thank you for the job you and our TPD and UAPD are doing to handle all this.
Hey, thank you. Those guys are heroes. We're lucky to have them. I appreciate the two of you because I love having the ability to talk about these things locally where people can hear and get more details. You guys, you rock it, and I appreciate you.
Well, thank you. Mayor Walt Maddox, everybody. And let it be known, the Stephen D.C. Show, well, we are the town square.
The Stephen D.C. Morning Show, 95.3 The Bear.
Stephen D.C., your disc jockey's on duty.
I like a man with a slip.
Do you really now? Do you really now? Thank you. Okay, Morgan Wallen Week here in T-Town. Mayor Maddox told us earlier on the phone he would gladly proclaim Saturday Morgan Wallen Day. We got to follow up with him to do that and maybe present Morgan with a proclamation.
Maybe.
We'll see about that. Okay, so I put up a Stephen D.C. show prep question on Facebook, and it's been up a while, and we've had hundreds of people respond to it. What do you think, or who do you think will walk out with Morgan Wallen Saturday night at Bryant Denny? You know he's famous for that walkout.
Kind of like the what do you think will walk out?
Yeah. Or it could be what. And they're all kind of guesses. Barry Buckner, our friend Barry Buckner, guesses it will be Wally Price. I love that. I love that.
That would be interesting.
I like how you think, Seabass. Listener Daniel says it's obvious it'll be Stephen D.C. Okay, that'll be news to us, but hey, we'd love to walk out with him.
Yeah.
Matthew says, I hope nobody. The walkout is just silly. Should just get up there and sing.
Just sing your song, country boy.
And sing. Listener Jackie says, Stephen D.C., do you guys have any idea what time the concert may end? Just wondering. My husband is dropping a friend and me off for the concert, and I'd like to know what time to tell him he should pick us up.
Yeah, it should end around 10:30.
Really?
Yeah.
Starts at 8?
Does it definitely start at 8?
I don't know. I'm asking. We probably should find out.
Well, I know this. Whatever time it starts, it's about a 3.5-hour show.
Okay. Cousin Russell and the High Steppers will walk out with Morgan. That's a good guess. Jeffro says it'll be Celia Ward. Remember Celia Ward?
Yeah, I haven't thought about her in a while, but yes.
Now Kayla says it will be the Queen herself, Miss Terry. I tell you who I think it will be. I think it will be Nick Saban. Kalen DeBoer may be with him, and so Big Al may be part of the walkout as well. I have a source telling me that might be it. Nick Saban, Kalen DeBoer, and Big Al.
I'm still going with Hank Jr.
Are you?
I think it's going to be Hank.
Okay. And the reason I go with Nick Saban is because there's a rumor that Kristen Saban leaked it on one of her social posts. Don't know that to be true or not. But anyway, so you say Hank Jr.
Yeah.
I say Coach Nick Saban, DeBoer, and Big Al. I think Big Al will be part of it no matter what.
Yeah.
Faux show. So Morgan Wallen will be live all day long. On Saturday, getting ready for it here on 95.3 The Bear. And we'll be at Ramajamas from noon to 2 with our friends from Hamner Crawfish having a big pre-Morgan Wallen party.
That will be a party, all right.
Come suck a crawfish head and hang with us. And it's those good Hamner Crawfish, none better, at Ramajamas. Again, Stephen D.C., that'll be from noon to 2 Saturday, the Morgan Wallen pre-party.
What's that? Is that also the place that has that 27-layer burger?
Oh, yeah, Ramajamas. Yeah, I might have to put my face in that.
Yeah.
Eric Church broke his foot and performed anyway. He said he was jumping out of bed and forgot there was a suitcase at the end of the bed. broke his foot, but then went out and performed on Friday with a broken foot.
Wow.
See, we need more. There are no wimps in country music.
No. I wonder how he did that, on crutches or?
I don't know. I guess it had to be. Now, somebody has been selected as the most popular person in America. DC, take a shot at it if you didn't hear about this over the weekend. They asked thousands of Americans who's the most popular person, and she was selected.
Oh, Taylor Swift.
Nope.
Oh.
In fact, she was way down on the list.
Most popular person? I don't know.
Female. We love her. Everybody loves her. Never heard anything bad. Dolly Parton.
Okay.
The beloved public figure in the country, according to a new survey, is Dolly Parton. She had a plus 65 favorability rating compared to Taylor Swift with a plus 3. So that is huge. Everybody loves Dolly.
Yeah, but I wonder what age group they were doing there.
It says a variety. It says a big variety of age folks were asked.
Interesting.
So anyway, there's that. All right, in just a minute, the DC Challenge. He's the minister of music. We've got some requests right here that have poured in on the app. We will challenge him to find them and play them. That is coming up on 95.3 The Bear.
The Stephen DC Morning Show, 95.3 The